As the WNBA's star rises, it becomes evident why the league had trouble growing in the first place. A very narrow culture, supported by players, longtime fans, and even the media, that is as much about progressive politics as it is about hoops. These gatekeepers want only one brand of basketball, the activist kind. Unfortunately for y'all new fans, we do not just shut up and dribble here. You picked the wrong league. Connecticut's Sun guard Dejanay Carrington tweeted earlier this week. Carrington, if you remember, mocked the Fever's Caitlyn Clark for flopping earlier in June and has happily leaned into the off-court drama ever since. Or take this sentiment by Sabria Whitaker, who runs a nonprofit called Grow the Game, which allegedly claims to increase awareness, attendance, engagement, and involvement in women's sports. I'm sorry, no shade, but there are just way too many men speaking on the WNBA right now without any firsthand knowledge of how intersectionality works, and the other layers of presentation. The male gaze, etc. Please stop. Sabria Whitaker wrote earlier this week on X. Intersectionality is a bogus, poisonous, and divisive concept that rejects the idea of humanity and meritocracy, a bedrock of sports. But the idea is baked into the WNBA and other women's pro leagues, and if someone doesn't want to abide by it, they're apparently not welcome. So how do you expect to expand and ask for more viewers and higher salaries when you demand ideological purity from the fan base and media? You simply cannot have it all on your terms. What WNBA gatekeepers don't seem to get is that this is a big part of why so many people are drawn to Caitlyn Clark. She stays above the fray. She does want to shut up and dribble. Sure, Clark is white and straight in a predominantly black and gay league, but the real issue is that she, unlike, say, fellow rookie Cameron Brink, hasn't genuflected to the WNBA's ultra-progressive politics and given a public soliloquy on her privilege. The 22-year-old phenom only wants to bend a knee to the hoop gods and drown out any and all noise. She's been extremely consistent in that endeavor, not giving oxygen to any off-court provocation, as media figures and other players have openly reduced her success and appeal to white privilege. She's never responded. Before the Fever game, a reporter asked Clark how she feels about being used in the culture war. She essentially told a reporter that she doesn't pay attention. Her job is to play hoops. Clark is the outlier that the WNBA needed to move the needle with a broader audience. Her unique style of play has brought explosive growth that no one could have imagined, and a well-deserved spotlight onto the players. Do we really need her to do crowd control too? If basketball really must be identity-driven, then let's respect Clark's identity as a no-nonsense, keep-it-on-the-court baller. Caitlyn Clark's arrival in the WNBA has sparked countless talking points and debates around the sporting world. Much of the discussion revolves around the apparent treatment Clark has received as she begins her professional career, particularly when it comes to physical play. This discussion reached a boiling point earlier this month when Chicago Sky veteran Kennedy Carter decked Clark with a blindside dead ball foul. A few days after that incident, reigning league MVP Breanna Stewart was asked to address concerns about Clark's treatment and the physicality of the WNBA as a whole.
This is the best league in the world, and nobody's going to give you anything easy. And understanding that and learning how to play through it, at this level. They're the fastest, the strongest, the quickest, and that's why this is the WNBA. So continue to kind of pay attention to what we do.
As the number one overall pick and frontrunner for Rookie of the Year, Clark certainly gets more defensive attention than most young players. But according to Stewart, this type of physical welcome to the league is par for the course. Caitlyn has been on the receiving end of several hard fouls early in her WNBA career. Most recently, the Indiana Fever's number one overall pick was hit across the head by a flagrant one foul from Chicago Sky rookie Angel Reese. During a recent episode of Gil's Arena, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas said Reese has embraced her role as a bully in the WNBA. WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops, a guest on the show, quickly fired back with response to Arenas' take. Swoops disagreed with Arenas' opinion of Reese. In fact, she turned the tables and said Clark is the true bully.
But with Angel, she's rugged, right? She's a rugged girl, right? She's built for trying to bully. She's a bullier, right? No one feels sorry for the bullier.
She's not a bully. She's not a bully.
Oh, you probably just never seen the poster. She's bullying the veterans.
She's not a bully. Well, I mean, if you want to talk about bullies, we can talk about every time Caitlyn has the ball, she pushes off.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying.
This isn't the first time Swoops has issued some controversial comments about Clark on Arenas' show. Back in January, the 3-time WNBA MVP and 4-time champion questioned the validity of Clark's all-time NCAA scoring record. Swoops incorrectly said Clark was in her 5th year at Iowa, when the former Hawkeye star actually broke the record in 4 seasons. She later walked back those comments and admitted her mistake. The WNBA right now is just trying to shed the race-based narratives that have dominated the headlines for the past few weeks. The centerpiece of all that is Caitlyn Clark, and the apparent advantages she receives by being white and straight. Then there's Angel Reese, who has helped drive the narrative against her fellow rookie. But Dave Portnoy thinks the Chicago Sky Forward is faking it. Barstool Sports founder Portnoy was a guest on the Pat Bev Pod. During the episode, host Patrick Beverly started to justify that Angel Reese is a good player. However, then he went on to explain why she is so unlikable.
I would respect and like Angel more if she just ate it. She's like, if she was just like, you know what? I hate her and I'm going to go at her and I'm going to make my mission to make her life miserable. But she doesn't do that. She acts that way. And then she acts like people are making it up. Well, you did the lambada when she got cheap shotted. You did this in college. You've done one thing after another. And then you're like, no, I like Caitlyn Clark.
He feels Angel Reese is faking the hate narrative to gain out of Caitlyn Clark's burgeoning fame. Dave Portnoy wants her to stick to it even if the media comes after her. Portnoy might have a point here. Angel Reese started the rivalry concept during her college NCAA tournament battles with Caitlyn Clark. However, before this season's NCAA Elite 8 matchup, she claimed that she does not have any hatred towards Clark. Love it or hate it, Caitlyn Clark will remain in the sports news orbit. Part of this phenomenon is because she's playing well, while the other half is due to her haters keeping her in the news cycle. Who would have thought the WNBA would get this much attention? But here we are. And Clark should be credited with expanding the league's visibility. It's led to a wave of jealousy and resentment from veteran players to the point where even NBA legends like Charles Barkley called out these jealous women. All Clark is doing over the long term is boosting revenue for the WNBA, leading to bigger paydays for future players. No more absconding to Europe for extra scratch. Yet Clark finds herself in the news again getting clotheslined by Angel Reese, her arch rival, and getting potty checked by Kennedy Carter, another Sky player, earlier this month, and later refused to answer post-game questions about the rising WNBA star. Carter also called Clark a B before laying into her. Forget it's the WNBA. The controversy surrounding Clark is ridiculous. And leave it to woke sports media to pour gasoline on the fire. Clark's rise has broken ESPN, who are incapable of dealing with black lesbian players hating on a white, straight superstar. Is it racial? Does it have to do with the orientation? Is it political? It's probably all those things. But with the media we have today, it makes for one massive American mess. We hope Clark continues to play well and drives these jealous players and lefty race baiters and sports media insane. This trend has to drive a ton of liberals and jealous WNBA veterans insane. How dare someone finally bring attention to a league that everyone found mostly forgettable? That may no longer be the case, thanks to Clark. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. What do you think about this trend? I would love to hear what you think, so let me know in the comments. Oh, and make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching.